What if suffering was never the enemy? Since the beginning of history, we have asked the same haunting question. Why do good people suffer? Why does pain visit those who wish harm to no one? At first glance, it feels cruel. But psychology, philosophy, and history point to a different possibility. Perhaps suffering is not a punishment, but a transformation. The human mind was not shaped by comfort. It was shaped by struggle. Every wound changes our view of the world. Every loss rewrites our identity. Perhaps the greatest question is not, why am I suffering? But, what is this suffering trying to teach me? We often grow up believing that kindness is always rewarded. But when our belief in a fair world cracks, we have a choice. We can become bitter, or we can ask, what can this experience become? This is the shift from a victim to a student of life. Two people may endure the same tragedy. One is broken, while the other discovers a strength they never knew they possessed. The pain is real for both, but the meaning they give to that pain is what decides their future. Because pain, by itself, changes nothing. It is the story we build around that pain that shapes the person we become. There is a concept in psychology called post-traumatic growth. Think of a forest after a wildfire. It looks like the end, but beneath the ash, certain seeds wait for the heat to open. Without the fire, they would never grow. The fire doesn't create the seed. It simply reveals what was already waiting inside. Most of us never discover the depth of our courage until life leaves us with no choice but to be courageous. History offers countless examples, but perhaps no story illustrates this truth more powerfully than one man who found hope in humanity's darkest chapter. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps, lost everything: his family, his profession, and his identity. Yet he observed that even in the most dehumanizing conditions, not everyone responded the same way. He came to believe that the difference was meaning. As he wrote, when a person has a reason to live, they can endure almost any hardship. We cannot always choose what happens to us, but we can choose the attitude with which we face it. That is the last freedom that no suffering can take away. Many people fear pain so much that they spend their lives avoiding it. They stay in unhappy relationships or unfulfilling jobs, trading their life for a false sense of safety. But the irony is tragic. In trying to escape suffering, they create a permanent, quiet suffering, the suffering of a life that never truly lived. Courage has never meant the absence of pain. True courage begins the moment something becomes more important than our fear. And perhaps this leads us to the final lesson. Not how to escape suffering, but how to live with it without losing ourselves. We are not victims of our circumstances. We are the editors of our own stories. Resilience is not something we are born with. It is built, one difficult decision at a time. Like a sword shaped in fire, the human spirit reveals its greatest strength only after it has been tested. Maybe suffering was never sent to convince you that you are weak. Maybe it arrived to reveal a strength you had never been forced to discover. Next time life asks something difficult of you, pause. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "Who is this experience inviting me to become?" Remember this: pain is inevitable, suffering is universal, but meaning is always a choice. And sometimes that choice changes everything.